This video is going to show you how to solo farm the exotic sidearm Buried Bloodline. Code from Bungie. Removed weekly lockout and exotic weapon rewards in legacy, raid and dungeon activities. These now have a chance to drop each time their source encounter is completed, which for most of the exotics, well all of them, the dungeon exotics, is the final boss checkpoint of that dungeon. In Buried Bloodline's case, it's Warlord's Ruin. You're going to go into Destiny2checkpoint.com and grab a checkpoint off that site. Make sure you follow their terms of service. You will not break Bungie's terms of service by using this site because Bungie are aware that you use it. So use that website to get the final boss checkpoint of Warlord's Ruin in order to start your farm. Once you beat it, you can get the checkpoint again or share it with a friend to grab it off of them again, or better yet, farm it with them. You can farm this solo or fire team, but I'm showing you how to farm it solo, damn it. Why do you want Buried Bloodline if you haven't got it? Well, it's a rocket sidearm. It gives Devour to builds that might not have it, and it's got weaken on hit when you have Devour, and it's a rocket sidearm. Make no mistake, we are in a rocket sidearm and pulse rifle meta, and I've been in that since Final Shape days. It's incredible. So it's very important, if you don't have Buried Bloodline, you make this a task to get it before Renegades. It's a very important weapon of the game. Imagine Stacy's Titan. You can pop Buried Bloodline on and give it Devour. Imagine Strand Warlock. You can give it Devour. Now, I know Festival of Lost can give you Devour, but that ain't the point, because that's FOMO. That's a FOMO mod. That'll be gone in Renegades, and you can't crutch on Devour. You can't crutch on Devour Candy mod or whatever it is, right? So that's why you want Buried Bloodline. It's a very important weapon to the game. So we've said about the legacy dungeons. This is a very important point. Let me come away. This is important. I've made a couple of farms so far, showing you Icebreaker Farm and Finality's Auger. Now, a couple of people have said to me recently that Sundered Doctrine is not farmable because it's not classed as a legacy dungeon. I'm here to tell you that it is classed as a legacy dungeon. Even though Sundered Doctrine is the most recent dungeon that we have got in the game, it is still legacy. The reason why it's still a legacy dungeon is because it launched before Edge of Fate. It launched with the year of Final Shape. It launched in that time period of 12 months. It launched before summer this year. It launched at the start of this year. I have had confirmation of other players that they farmed this up to 30 times and eventually got it last week. You can farm Sundered Doctrine for Finality's Auger. Don't let people tell you different. That is misinformation. But I will be honest, it's not their fault. It's badly displayed. People are thinking Sundered Doctrine is not a legacy dungeon. It is a legacy dungeon, therefore it is farmable, because in 1 month's time, you're going to get a new dungeon with Renegades, which will not be classed as legacy, which means you cannot farm that dungeon for the new exotic over and over, but you can farm Sundered Doctrine over and over. Because it's a legacy dungeon. It dropped with the Final Shape years of content, not Edge of Fate. Even though it's the latest one, we're due to get a dungeon. Do you understand it? This is very important, and that you take that piece of information away, because Finality's Auger is meta, and you need to make sure you also get that one before Renegades. That should be a tick box exercise for you. Right, so how do you go about farming it? Like I said, you grab the checkpoint off the D2checkpoint.com. I have give you a Titan solo farm for Finalities. I've give you a Warlock farm for Icebreaker, and we're going to do a Buried Bloodline farm on Hunter. Yeah, and this is what we went with, because I've got a special strap for this that's very easy to pull off, and it's no headache at all, and it's consistent. You can do this every run. You can do this every run. You will not do as much damage as Celestial Nighthawk and Prismatic Hunter. You won't. But there's a special start with this, and I'm excited to show you it, because there's a bit of new tech with this. A little bit of new tech, something that I didn't know until before today. Right, so weapons. We're going with Lost Signal. You need a grenade launcher of some sort. I have a Lost Signal or Festival Flight. I was aware that people don't have Festival Flight because they were away on their holidays during Solstice. Bear in mind, you missed the best Solstice ever. Use lot who don't have Festival Flight. Anyways, just use Lost Signal instead. I am being kind to you by using Lost Signal in this video. Do you realise how kind I am to you? I've got Festival Flight. I can go boom. I can just go boom. Pop it on. And then people say, oh, I can't do the run. He's got Festival on. No excuses now. I've got Lost Signal on. Got lost signal on. You need DOT on. We're using the speed loader slack strand dive build. You need DOT on. Then use the solar primary of your choice. Same thing with Yeartide. I'm being kind to you. You don't have Yeartide. Well, then we can just use mini tool because it's farmable right now. And I used mini tool in this. And finally, the exotic heavy sleeper simulant, which it gets edge of gear bonuses, and there's some artifact mods that enhance this weapon. It's a very good pick on this one. Very consistent and easy to farm ammo. Very easy. Because I was doing this strat with a horde, bait and switch, outrageous fortune. However, it was good, but the ammo on it was lackadaisical. It was a lot of work to farm ammo up. But if you don't have lost signal or festival flight, you can use this strategy instead. But I'm going with this instead because it's just more consistent for ammo. It's very easy because, well, we'll go through that. Now we've got two builds. We've got a run-and build and a DPS build. So the hunter you see before you, this is a deadbeat strand hunter that's down on his luck. And then you've got a DPS king build here, a monkey king DPS build. So you got monkey king, deadbeat hunter. Monkey king, deadbeat hunter. Do you see it now? Are you getting it now? Why you need to make two different builds? I'm trying to break down skill by assimilation with you. I'm trying to break down the barrier of my knowledges to yours. Deadbeat strand hunter, monkey king. Right? There you go. So, run and build. Armor mods. So you go, they're there. Not too much I need to go into. I've got a devilish harmonic target on because I'm flexing. Don't even need it. There's an ammo generation mod on. So the reason why I've got that on, that adds plus 20 to a weapon. So I'm 80 on mini tool with abundant ammo. So that will max me out at 100 ammo generation with one solar generation ammo mod on. You'll rarely see me do this. I'm doing it though because in Warlord's Ruin you don't get hit hard. So you're allowed to do this type of stuff. But in conquests and ultimate conquests, you should never do this because you lose a resistance. But in this one, you can absolutely do that. Just rock a void resistant and concussive dampener with that as well. So obviously speed loader slacks, aspect fragments, marksman's dodge, threaded spike, grapple grenade, threaded spectre, ensnare and slam. Fragments are threaded generation, wisdom, mind, warding and continuity. Right, now we go into Monkey King. Oh, just stats on this, hang on a minute. So, high class ability stat on your run and build. The higher class ability, the more overshield you get on slams. So, just put that class ability stat really high. But on DPS, you don't need it that high. About 125 is enough, and a higher weapon stat, because you're doing DPS. Pop on a lot of fonts and surges. So, I've got triple solar weapon surge on the boots. I've got double class font to buff up that class font, that class stat a little bit more than what that 125 is. Because that adds 40. That's 165 class now. And I've upped the weapon stat instead. Right? And yeah, that's literally everything that needs to be said about that, really. Artifact mods, Fever and Chill and Radiant Shrapnel are going to help out Sleeper Simulant DPS in this. Discount on scavengers, and that's mainly what that matters with artifact mods, the builds. So yeah, that's literally everything that I can... Trying to think if there's anything else. So yeah, you've got your run and build, your DPS build. He's an alternative, like I said. I've covered the artifact mods. I've explained about why you need Berry Bloodline, and also you can farm Finality's Auger because Sundered Doctrine is a legacy dungeon, as I've explained already. Okay, so on with the run. So here is that easy solo farm for Berry Bloodline on a hunter, and it's very consistent and pretty much anyone can do this, providing that you follow along. Yes, you can do more damage with Celestial Knight or Prismatic, yes, but I have a different alternative strat that's all round very nice for this. For players who are struggling here, you won't on this build. So just keep suspending and heal clip with your SMG of choice that you're using. Get a nice suspend on the two wizards if you can to take them down nicely. And then start dealing with the Taken Eyes. Deal with the Taken Eyes. You're going to get two Taken Scorn Captains in, right? And you're going to start taking out some of the Scions. Do a little bit of damage to the Scorn Captain on left or right, up to you. But I like left Captain. For some reason, I always go left. Go left and do a little damage to him. Wait for him to spawn in a Taken Trap. You're going to kill him with your super. Then you're going to do a suspend. Look at this. Hex. You get a debuff, a poison debuff. You can suspend the taken guy, melee guy who chases you, and melee him with your super to get rid of the buff. Do you see how good that is? Then you go to right hand side, get the right cap point, do a surge switch. Imminent Wish runs out. Then we do another dodge for overshield, and then we whip out sleeper plus lost signal damage. Yeah, then we do another dive, look at the overshield, and we do 8 sleeper shots, precisely 8 sleeper shots, and some lost signal damage woven into that DPS. I'll explain this again, so that went a little quick. I was a little quick on that first wave. Then swap back to your run and build. Swap back to the run and build, and wait for your armor charges to depreciate. If you pick up any more orbs, your armor charge will keep going, and you won't get rid of the timer. You need the timer done so that you get the timer back for the next phase and the next phase and so on and so forth. You need to pay attention to ammo drops. Now I've got 15 shots with a brick there on the floor. I'm going to leave that brick if I need it for later. If I need it, it's an opportunity. I don't need to pick it up. I'm maxed at 16. It would be a waste if I picked it up. So you want to try and suspend the 2 wizards, at least one of them. They might be spread out now though. But it's fine. Go in with the suspends. Look at all the orbs of power I'm making. You're going to get a super back. Your goal is to get a super back and farm up ammo again. Yeah, which we've already got 16. This is very good on ammo economy, Sleeper. Because you're not using that many shots, but you're doing a lot of damage per shot. That's what's so good. And it's very consistent with DPS. So shoot the eyes down. Get prepared. Plate 2, you fight right side. Right side's easier than left. So fight right. Start DPSing slightly. Little chunk damage to the Scorn Captain. Wait. He spawns in an extra trap if you're patient. Then you pop super. Pop it. That's what it's there for. And keep diving for overshield. Look. Cap your 2 both Scorn points. The captain comes over. Boom. Slam him. Then get rid of the debuff with a light swing. Yeah. Then go to your next Scorn capture point. And look, we keep getting our overshield. You see how tanky we are on this? Then do surge switch. Yeah, because we can. Do another suspend to get rid of the sounds to your left so you can DPS safely. There is a way to DPS differently to this that's even safer than this, but you get less damage. Where I'm DPSing from, you'll get more damage. You can jump past the boss on top of the next platform. But on my build, you don't even need to do that. You can just literally tank all the enemies and keep diving and keep DPSing. As long as you do your 8 sleeper shots per plate, you're doing just fine. Very easy, right? Not threatening. The most threatening part about Warlord's Ruin Final Boss is that captain, the poison captain. I have eliminated on how dangerous he is by shackling him. I keep suspending him. He can't chase me anymore. Do you understand how important this is? I didn't know about this till today. Like in this exact fashion. I haven't seen anyone do it like this in this exact way. Have you? Tell me. Tell me if you have, because I haven't. And I never give this a thought. I happened to be playing in Warlord's Ruin and I was like, oh, I shackled the guy. Hang on a minute. And then I started to develop the idea from there. You see how it works? Because we don't need a super on the boss. We could have went Nighthawk, Prismatic, yeah. But we don't need to. We've got the damage covered with Sleeper. What the problem for people, not for me, but for people, is that they can't survive the poison captain, don't you understand? It's not DPS that's the issue. Well, it can be a bit of issue with them, yeah. But it's the poison captain. They died to debuff. The captain's chasing them. There's a game of cat and mouse. Well, there's none of that with this. That's why this is so important. Very, very easy. Right, now, same thing. We go for left captain, though. Left captain's easier than right on plate 3. So we're just going to do a little bit of damage with lost signal. Just a little bit. We're waiting. Although he's taking his time. So we may have to kill him. Yeah, that may happen. If he's wasting your time doing much, you're just going to have to kill. You'll end up getting less DPS time, but that's fine. Because you can get more over the other side. We suspend that poison captain, and we've gotten rid of debuff. We nearly get 2 extra cap points here, so we was unlucky. We got some bad luck, but we do enough damage anyways, because you get less time, look, 5, 6, 7 seconds instead. But we still send the boss to the next plate. That's fine. We've lost a little damage there, yes, but we're going to make up for that. Look at all the bricks on the floor because of ammo generation. Because of Callous Mini Tool at 100 ammo generation stat, we can make a lot of heavy in mid. We've still got surges left hand side. Still got surges. We go to plate 1 of top plates. And we're going to do a lost signal and 8 sleeper shots. Precisely 8. We get radiant. Yeah? Well, we actually done 7 there. He went before I shot my 8th. Now you're going to swap back to run and build because you got Solar Scav on. You got Solar Scav on and you've run out of surges anyways. Go for the ammo. Yeah? Because you don't need to start plate 2 or 3 until you're ready. You can go for ammo on previous plates. Same again. Lost signal, dive, 4 shots, dodge for another dive, another overshield, and do another 4 shots. Do you see how safe this is? There's no ducking and diving. There's no RNG elements to, oh, the boss might catch me, he might not. I'm trying to snipe the boss. Whatever loadout you're running, and you get caught off guard. There's none of that with this. Because you've always got a back shield. You've always got a back pocket overshield that's got DR in it. Do you understand how incredible this build is? I think, Hunters, honestly, you're so sleepy on this, lads. Honestly, every time I show a Warlock and a Titan a meta build, you just take it. They accept it. They're like, oh yeah, this is powerful, man. And every time with a Hunter, it's been like this for the last 5 years, lads. It's getting beyond a joke with Hunter mains. I honestly think most of you are just playing PvP. I really do think it. Come on, Hunters. This is one of the best builds in the game. It's incredibly powerful at what it does. It's doing many, many different things. Add clear, survivability, and sustain damage with extra DR. You could honestly DPS Vesper's host final boss with this build. That's how strong it is. And that is the trademark, by the way. That's the benchmark. If a build can solo sustain DPS against Vesper's host Puppeteer, then that build is very well meta at what it does. So, same thing, we're rinsing and repeating. We're waiting for the Scorn Captain. He gets weak. That's fine. We can finish him off with super. We got our debuff. Captain spawns on our heads. That's good. We can shackle him. Boom. Debuff's gone. And he will remain shackled because I've got the fragment on to increase shackle. Then we can go for right side Scorn point. I keep suspending him, staggering him. Yeah. We've got a back pocket. We get weak here, but look. We know he was going to get weak. Boom. Overshield goes in. Just make sure you crits, but sometimes the boss looks away at your clone. Sometimes you might miss a crit or two, but that's okay. You can see how easy it is though, right? But yeah, you can go up top. I know I'm going to get comments about that. You can DPS up top. Yes, you can. What you're going to realize when you do that, if you DPS up top with the cheese, there's a cheese. If you do that, you get less damage. So my strat it's unnecessary to do it because you've got it in your kit to sustain the damage. You've got it in your kit to tank the scions. You will suspend them anyways. It's part of the strat to reload sleeper anyhow with the dive because of marksman's dodge. So there's no need to go up top. I was one of the first to see that, to show you that strat. When Warlord Rune came out, I showed you that strat. If anyone remembers, most of you don't remember the ledge strat. But it's unnecessary these days. We don't need it. We can out-tank the ads. We don't need it. Many builds can just out-tank them. Heal Clip just does a tremendous job as well of surviving. Plate 2, rinse and repeat. We need to take care of right side. Right side is a lot more cover, right? A lot more cover. He's weak. He's messing me about a little bit. There we go. He gets it in. He gets that extra Scorn trap. And then we can go. You pop your super. As soon as he spawns his trap, you just pop your super. Look at this. It makes the entire encounter a hell of a lot easier for people. Because what we've got to realise is we've got to come up with a strategy for people. It's not a strat for me. I've already got Bay Bloodline. Why do I need to commit to it? It's you that needs to commit to it. Because you're the one without Bay Bloodline, not me. I've had it for 2 years or whatever. However long this dungeon's been out, I forget. I've had it since then. I had it since week 1 of the dungeon. I got it. I'll tell you this. You won't like this. I've had Buried Bloodline since my first ever solo flawless of this dungeon. It dropped right away for me. I didn't even do any triumphs. I got it right away. So I've had it a long time. I just enjoy Warlord's Ruin though. I enjoy this final boss fight. I really like it. I just like the way it's designed. Its DPS mechanisms is different to everything else. I do like it. And it's very favourable for DPS timers and such. Which that's a good thing sometimes, I think. Having short DPS windows for every boss ever isn't always a good thing, you know. You can beat D2 players down too much with that. And this boss fight doesn't. It doesn't beat you down with unfavourable DPS timers. What it does beat you down with, or can, is the Poison Captain. But like I said, I've got a strat for you. If you're somebody that struggles with that, I've got a strat for you. But yeah, you can see Heal Clip plus Overshield is allowing us to tank everything. We'll take down the eyes. Don't take the eyes down though until you're comfortable with ammo. If you're low on ammo or something for some reason, then farm up ammo here. There's no problem in doing that. But chances are, if you're rocking 100 ammo stat on an SMG, you're going to have all the heavy ammo in the world. This is one example where it's decent. But remember, we're fighting at power. So that's not a problem. Yeah. My only ever problem with ammo generation mods is that they take up resistance mods. And that presents a problem on Ultimate Conquests and minus 40 content. I'm not going to say minus 30 because someone will argue with me over that. But you get what I'm saying. DPS stats, we can jump on this top ledge. But what you can do before the timer runs out is pop down. So jump off quickly. It starts the next phase up if you don't. It'll actually initiate that plate. So I would suggest at 1 second, just jumping down because you want to get ammo. You want to get the ammo to get, you'll have ammo down there to grab. We send the boss immediately away because obviously we're on this final phase. And just look at how aggressive we can play. I'm gonna go right close just to prove a point. Look, I'm 2 meters off him. I'm not bothered at all about his void attacks. Just sleeper his mouth right off. There you go, look. That's how you solo farm Buried Bloodline. Make this a task. This one, Icebreaker and Finality's Auger, should be a check mark list of things that you do before Renegades. You've got 4 or 5 weeks here, so make the best of your time with it.